Hi, welcome back to Science 1206, the Weather Dynamics Unit. I'm Ms. Ledwell, and in this video, we'll talk about the water cycle. So let's begin. The water cycle, also known as the hydrologic cycle, is the continuous movement of water on, above, and below the surface of Earth. Over 70% of Earth's surface is covered by water. This abundance of water plays a critical role in shaping Earth's weather systems through its continuous movement in the water cycle. Water in Earth's oceans, atmosphere, and other reservoirs substantially impacts global weather patterns and climate. Water's ability to move through solid, liquid, and gaseous states within the Earth's various environments drives these patterns. The phase transitions of water, evaporation, condensation, freezing, and melting require the absorption or release of significant amounts of thermal energy. These energy transfers play an important role in developing weather systems. All the water on Earth that exists, and that will ever exist, is recycled through the water cycle. The major processes in the water cycle include evaporation, which is the change in state in which a substance is transformed from a liquid into a gas. Water from oceans, rivers, lakes, and streams absorbs heat from the sun and turns it into vapor. Plants also contribute through transpiration, releasing water vapor into the air from their leaves. Sublimation is the change of state from a solid to a gas. In the polar regions, sublimation is another process through which water vapor is generated, allowing ice to transition directly from its solid state into a gaseous form without becoming liquid first. Melting is the change in state from a solid to a liquid, for example, when snow and ice melt to form liquid water. The processes of evaporation, sublimation, and melting require thermal energy, so heat must be absorbed for these changes of state to occur. The processes of condensation and freezing, which occur in the water cycle, require heat to be released. Condensation is a change of state in which a gas is transformed into a liquid. Eventually, as a result of condensation, water returns to the Earth's surface as precipitation, liquid or solid water that falls to Earth in forms such as rain, snow, and hail. Freezing is a change in state from a liquid to a solid. For example, liquid water freezes to form ice. In the water cycle, water moves between the lithosphere, hydrosphere, and atmosphere. The lithosphere is the solid, rocky ground of the Earth's crust. The atmosphere is all the air surrounding the planet, and the hydrosphere is all of the solid, liquid, and gaseous water on Earth, including that in the atmosphere and lithosphere. It includes water vapor, rain and snow, oceans, lakes, rivers, ice sheets, and glaciers on the surface of Earth, and groundwater in the lithosphere. The water cycle shows the constant cycling of water within Earth's lithosphere, hydrosphere, and atmosphere through the main processes of evaporation and condensation. Water is constantly changing forms. Water on Earth may be present in 3 states of matter: solid, liquid, or gas. After precipitation falls, some water moves underground, called percolation, and some water collects in streams and rivers and returns to the ocean as runoff. The sun's energy drives the water cycle by evaporating water from oceans, rivers, lakes, and ponds. Let's have a look at a diagram of the water cycle in more depth, and we'll start with precipitation. So precipitation falls to the ground. It could be in the form of rain, snow, or hail. Some of that precipitation will seep down through the ground and become groundwater. Some of it won't. It will run across the surface of Earth, called runoff, and this will end up in rivers, lakes, and streams, or the ocean. In evaporation, water is heated by the sun and changes from a liquid to water vapor. Once that water vapor becomes high up in the atmosphere, it cools and condenses, changing in state from a gas back into a liquid. And then we have the cycle starting again with precipitation. Here's a summary of the steps of the water cycle. The sun's energy causes evaporation from bodies of water. Plants release water vapor through transpiration, and ice transitions directly to vapor via sublimation. Water vapor rises and cools in the atmosphere at higher altitudes. Condensation occurs to create fog, mist, and clouds. The formation of ice crystals may occur through sublimation. Various forms of precipitation, such as rain, snow, or hail, descend to Earth's surface. Some water infiltrates the ground and percolates through the deeper soil layers to reach groundwater. Water that does not infiltrate the ground flows over the land, reaching rivers, lakes, and oceans as runoff. And the water cycle continues. Now it's time to review. Complete the learning activities in Brightspace.